Hi! Welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Helical Wise Clown. I'm an empath. Intuitive. Psychic. INFJ. I'm one of those too. Anyway, I just like to use words, descriptive, verbs, descriptive, I hate grammar. I got enough stuff to keep track of in my head and then try and freaking remember that people have a preference in order of which words and symbols need to go to make you adequate. It's fucking stupid to me. There's a new one. I was reminded of a terminology that was used when I was younger, and I don't hear it anymore. It's called ESP. Yeah, I know how excited people are. I think it got buried under ESPN. Who knows? I hate sports too. Unless kids are playing for fun. I like those kind of sports, but when people need millions and millions of dollars, that shit don't fly no more, dude. One of the reasons why I started making these videos is because I'm sick of the world the way people let it get. Yeah, because it's the way the world is. Well, how else did it get this way if people just continuously kept their mouths shut and did what they were told and were nice little obedient little human beings, and you grew up, you went to college, you just go to work every day, you're just trying to get by. That's not how life was intended to be. It's a joke. You got duped and you fell for it. You're still falling for it. You're one of those motherfuckers lighting off fireworks last night. Yeah, you suck. You had a rough night because Luna's deathly afraid of them. A lot of animals are. If you see the pictures of animals going through sliding glass doors, you probably wouldn't give a shit about those stupid fireworks so much. You know what I wouldn't want to... I pictured it in my mind this morning about 5:30 blasting off fireworks all over this stupid town. Waking up all these people with their hangovers. You felt so good, disrupted. Because I was, I wanted to sleep last night. I want to sleep every night, but... the city says it's okay to disturb the peace, then, as long as it's okay. Bureaucrats have no business. People that don't follow rules have no business making up rules and imposing rules on other people. What would bureaucrats do if they had to live the lives that they impose on everyone else? Ask yourself fucking that. So ESP, back to that. My energy is fiery. Yeah. You see, I have Aries and Chiron in my 10th house, and Aries has moved back into Mars. Terminology in my mouth, it doesn't come out right, but Aries moved back into Mars, and that's my home planet, so I have no tolerance today for bullshit and nonsense. So that's why I'm gonna go out early and buy my dog food and my cat food and retreat to home and maybe try and get some rest after not doing it last night. So ESP. I watched a movie the other night. ESP is extrasensory perceptive. Extrasensory perceptive. Is that right? Did I say it right, or am I making up stuff? Because my mom had always had abilities, and we always taught, and we always knew esoteric type people that believed in these, that humans are so much more than we allow ourselves to be. Extrasensory perception. You see, and by definition, I don't even agree with what this definition says. It's also called the sixth sense, includes claimed reception of information not gained through the recognized physical senses, but senses through the mind. Everybody has this. If you're a human being, you have this ability. Everybody does, and you know it because when you walk into a room where there's just been an argument, you fucking know it. That's ESP, people. Why do people believe in fucking politics and that is like a paradigm that actually works? But this shit is fucking beyond the realm of possibility? It's stupid. God, I can't wait till this world changes. So I watched a show the other night related to this called Far From the Tree. It's a documentary on Hulu. I really liked it. He did a very good job. Andrew Solomon. I have to look up more into this guy. from what I know, and I mean, just from Wikipedia, I mean, that ain't nothing, but the movie, just on the movie, it was written by him, and he has an expert in there, excerpt, his little storyline is in there, but there's one storyline that, I can't remember the kid's name, but he's autistic, and and it made me think of this. I've had post-traumatic stress. I didn't know what post-traumatic stress was until I was like 30, I think 35. There was a mention of it because I was in the Air Force, right? So it was like PTSD. I'm like, what is all this stuff about PTSD? Because it was never a big deal. I mean, it was here and there. I mean, I knew what it was because mom dated a couple Vietnam vets that had it, and I thought it was related to when people wake up. You know, when you wake them up and they think they're in Vietnam and they start throwing everybody around, everything. But there's so much more to it than that. So when I was little, I had all these circumstances, and then during the midst of this, there was the time that I like touched the electric fence on, I don't know, it was like an 76 acre acreage, and I touched the electric fence and I got electrocuted, right? But my body knew. It was then, when I got electrocuted, it felt just like I did when I was scared, but I wasn't scared. I mean, I was surprised because I didn't know what just happened. I completed the circuit. I was surprised, but I wasn't scared, but it felt the same. See, our body's emotions are just vibration. They're just vibration. Excitement. You know, I'm not an adrenaline junkie. That's why I'm stoked that I gotta focus. If I can focus on, if I start getting downtrodden, first thing on the top of my list, of my gratitude list that I make when I start feeling low, is that where I live isn't 20 degrees right now. It was cold though, it froze overnight. But I don't live, and I don't have the Midwest winters anymore. So just be grateful in that, right? So that's that. Okay, so every emotion carries a vibration. But sometimes our bodies, because of our frame of reference and how we were raised, the wires get crossed on which vibration goes to which emotion, right? That's why people do weird pervy things, is because their wires are crossed, and that these extreme things have to create these other natural feelings that bodies are supposed to have, but in a weird way. You just gotta pull that wire apart and reroute it. It can be done. I know that there's extreme cases that there can't, and the movie demonstrated that too. That's curiosity and panic placements that people should be aware of, you know, that they have tendencies to do these things out of curiosity. It causes great harm, and because they're disconnected from their feelings, for whatever reason, it makes it, surgeons do it every day when they, I can't do it. I can't be a vet because I love animals so much I don't want to hurt them. I cry when they cry. And I know that they don't process pain the way, but I know what pain is. It's a vibration. And when they cry, even though it doesn't feel the same, it still hurts me. So what happens is that kid, you know, sometimes these kids, they get parents that are real good that keep trying. They keep trying because they know there's a combination to this kid to get him all the colors on the right side, like a Rubik's Cube. And the little East Indian woman, she got through to him because she just said no. She just wouldn't allow the energy. Now, what happens is, I used to throw, in watching this kid, it just like rapid fire all these awarenesses, because watching him go through how I felt, but I couldn't explain it. Now I have the ability to articulate this, and I know I can help so many kids that were like me, that couldn't find their voice, and that's what I'm intended to do, is help people find their voice. Or if they don't, you know, find their, not just voice, but their most comfortable and easy form of communication. That's what this kid, see, when you get, your indoctrined system, it's your electrical system, and some of us are are turned up a little higher, right? So we hear things louder, we feel things more, and lights are brighter. We are extra sensory perceptive. And then somewhere along the way, somebody turned that into fucking autistic. You know? Who knows why people are this way? Yeah, I'm sure that the fact that they put like formaldehyde in vaccines, which causes ALS, an endocrine system, endocrine system disease. You know, they put all it's short. I mean, and then stress shorts you out more. So basically, I try so hard to stay calm because when I get twisted up, I get really twisted up. And when I get twisted up, then the animals get upset. And then mom gets upset. So that's why I have to meditate an hour a day and stuff like that. But my point is, when you are constantly feeling sensations in your body, and then somebody is like, take out the trash. And you're like, you can't hear past the noises in the street, the freaking airplanes flying over, the freaking snow, the blowers, the leaf blowers, the freaking street suckers. Like, I hear everything. And then people want me to do something bad, mundane. That's when people act out, right? That's why I try so emotional control. My mom taught me that a long time ago. You need to maintain emotional control, because when you can't contain that, when you lose control and you do things, there's always a threshold of no going back. And I'm not a violent person, but I use my words and I break relationships. Because, I mean, if I get hurt, I'm going to hurt you equally or even, but, who's to tell what that measure is? And I don't do it on purpose. So, well, sometimes I do. I'm not going to lie about it. I've intentionally freaking hurt people. I'm a human being. I just try and make it count. When I do, I need to recognize it, make it right, because I don't want to drink anymore. Anyway, so, with the whole, we don't know, and what I did find is there's CBD medicine, not pot, because I gotta stay my mind clear, because I gotta think for a lot of brains in this house. And so I found that before, I'm on a budget now, and so this is not the present account, but what I found that, and I've seen evidence of this in the media for kids with autism and people with Parkinson and dementia, it just it's CBD but not THC, and it relaxes your body, because bodies can't heal if it's in a constant heightened state. So you have to relax your body and your mind before it can start rejuvenating its cells proper. And then you gotta feed it proper and all that stuff. Anyway, I just thought it was interesting that somehow along the way people had turned ESP into autism. But it's time to turn it back. I hope you have a rad day. Peace.